So, Nathan threw a ton of information at us, and a lot of them had multiple syllables and are hard to remember. When I read this paper and I look at the concepts, in my brain, I sort of sort them all up into the who, the how, and the what. And the NOPC was sort of founded 7 years ago around the what, and it was to use the Antiquities Act, which is the how. And then we had to figure out who was actually going to support this, and that was the who. And so, one of the barriers that we have in American ocean conservation is we haven't taken full advantage of the right who. And there's a report that CAP and MCI put out a year or two ago, and it looked at what protections exist in American waters, and something like 99.5% of the highly protected waters in this country are in waters that were once owned by Samoans, Hawaiians, Chamorros, and other Micronesians. And if you look at the names on this call, 99.5% of the people on this call are not Samoan, Hawaiian, Chamorro, or other Micronesians. So we don't have all the people at the table that could be helping us do this. There's a couple of ways to interpret what I just said. Just if these Pacific Islanders are the ones who are achieving all this great success, why aren't they at our table helping us out more? It could be that we are excluding them, and I think there is a little bit of that. There's another report by Blue Marine Foundation that finds that 40% of philanthropic funding is spent in the US and Europe, and another 40% is global, but most of it is spent in the US and Europe. And only 1% is spent in the Pacific. Yet the Pacific is larger than all land masses combined and as big as half the planet. So the folks who are actually working on conservation come from a very limited perspective, and we need a bigger tent, and we need to bring more people to the table, and that's the starting point. We've kind of worked backwards. Ocean conservation today is using 30 by 30 as our lodestar. I'm supportive of 30 by 30. I helped draft the language at IUCN 5 years ago. But did we involve all the right voices when we pulled that together? Oh man, that's worrisome for me. I do think a lot of these communities are supportive. The Micronesia Challenge, Guam, CNMI, they were talking about 30% in 2006 with the Micronesia Challenge. So it's not that these communities are not supportive of 30%. It's that they haven't been invited to the table to participate. And I think some of the opposition we're seeing from local groups is not that they don't support conservation, is that we didn't hear them out. And until we do that, it's really hard to assess our how and to come up with the what.
Thanks, Angelo.